Town. I'm Robyn Zimmerman, along with John Batson. He is on the board of the Outside Foundation. We're going to talk a little bit about a couple of fundraisers coming up, in particular, a big one in September.
Right.
But first, let's talk a little bit about Outside Foundation and really your purpose, your mission. So what are you all about?
So it's a local 501c3 nonprofit. It was founded about 10 years ago, and our primary mission is getting kids in kayaks that are in their middle school years. So we looked at a problem that kids, local kids anyway, were less likely to get in kayaks, get on the water than the visiting tourist, and obviously that's a problem for our community, that we want our local kids to learn about our estuaries and our salt marshes. And
right. And I had heard that a lot of our young people haven't been on the water.
That's
like
right.
50% or whatever.
That's right.
They live here, but they've never actually experienced kayaking or paddleboarding or whatever.
Right. So our flagship program, Kids in Kayaks, aims to change that and get kids in their middle school years out on the water in a kayak, learning about our environment here.
Very good. All right. So this event, and you have two fundraisers every
Right.
year. September is the paddleboard race, and there's an oyster roast that happens in the spring, but
Correct.
We're here to talk about September. So this is one of the top events in the country with paddleboards, right?
Yeah, it's a great event. This is our 5th year. It's the OluKai Lowcountry Boil Paddle Battle. So our title sponsor is OluKai, the sandal and shoe wear company.
Right.
And we'll see some of the top paddlers in the country. We'll also see people coming for their first time. So it's really a good mesh of local paddle community and international paddlers as well.
So for the viewers that don't understand the difference, so you'll have kayaks and you'll have paddleboards. So talk a little bit about the different types of...
majority of people will be on a paddleboard where
Okay.
you're standing with one paddle. We also have some kayaks and then faster boats that look like kayaks called surf skis. And some top paddlers from the southeast will be here for that. There's also a craft called an outrigger canoe where you're sitting and there's a smaller kind of buoyancy aid on the side, and you just have one paddle and you're paddling. So those are the majority of people, but for our local crowd, they can paddle anything they want. We have a 5K, a 10K, and an endurance paddle where they go around Pinckney Island.
So it'll all be orchestrated. So there's the inexperienced, the beginners, then you have the professionals.
Right.
So that's a lot of organization,
Right,
I
right.
would think, and you're in charge of it,
Yeah,
right?
it's neat for the local crowd, I think, that doesn't paddle that much to come and see these really fast boats, lightweight boats. They're all carbon fiber, fancy things, and the paddlers that go with them, they're really elite athletes. But it's also fun just for the local crowd. There's some bragging rights for some of the local crowd that get out and paddle the shorter races or just have fun on the water.
Can you be on the land and watch?
Absolutely, yes. We're at the Hilton Head Rowing and Sailing Center, which
Okay.
has a great dock that's really long for spectators to come out.
Okay, all right, very good. And so what is the date and what is it, the time?
It's September 9th, and we start in the morning, 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so do you need a ticket or
No,
do you just show up?
don't need a ticket as a spectator. You can come and just watch.
Right.
If we have some locals that want to sign up for the race, we have a website, lowcountrypaddle.com.
Okay.
And the race registration is there. Also, if anybody would like to be a sponsor,
Yes.
we're still seeking sponsors, and 100% of the profits go to the Outside Foundation. So that's all on the website, lowcountrypaddle.com.
Do you have sponsors already?
We do, yeah, and we're still grabbing
Still
some.
looking for some. And then the oyster event, that's always in the spring. What month
That's
will
right.
that be,
Typically,
John?
it's in March,
Okay.
late February, March. Yeah.
All right. And so kind of in conclusion, why would someone want to come out on September the 9th?
Well, I think for some of the local crowd, we have a lot of people who have bought paddle boards or bought kayaks, and they kind of sit around. So I think for some of them, just to get that out and come try something and see what a race is all about.
Right.
And it shouldn't be intimidating. Our 5K is named after Peter Vero. He was one of the local paddlers here that passed away. And it's a very fun event called the Aloha Cup. So you'll just see people smiling and having fun. And then also for that crowd that doesn't do it much, to see the elite level paddlers, it's like going to the Heritage and seeing the golfers there. It's a totally different sport, and it's really inspiring to see them at that level.
Well, fantastic. All right, that's September the 9th. And
That's correct.
It is the name of the event is the
OluKai Lowcountry Boil Paddle Battle.
Okay, very
Right.
good. John Batson with the Outside Foundation. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks so much.